the community. I'm going to obviously turn this sound off.
¿Se les escucha a ellos también bien? Sí, ¿no? Supongo.
Okay,
Sí, 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 se escucha bien.
So we are here with, so first, I'm Misha. You probably saw me on some of the live stream. I'm co-founder and the CEO at Nodle. I'm here with, on my right, Jeff Roberto, who is the Chief Marketing Officer for Nodle. We have also in the studio with us today in direct live from the very beautiful part in east of France on the coast from Honfleur, our Chief Product Officer, Florence Troppa.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Qué bueno.
And we also have our star community person.
Están diciendo, se están presentando que él es Micha, el chico de la izquierda de gafas es Roberto, que es el, digamos, el director de marketing. Micha es el cofundador de Nodle. Florent es uno de los heads de desarrollo. Y Stefan a la derecha, que es el head ambassador. O sea,
the main reason we are here today is for launching the contest.
El que lleva a los el jefe de los embajadores, digamos.
And we would like
to regala los NFT.
El que regala ese mismo, el que regala los NFT.
Install this app, use this app to help make the internet better. I think the main reason we are building this is to bring back authenticity to the internet, and we have a fantastic tool with the Nodle chain, with this app to make it happen. So we count a lot on you, and we're going to dig into the details. Just quick update, since yesterday we have a new live website for Nodle. We would love to get your feedback. So if you go to NODL.com, you will see the new website. It presents all the offering of the project and the ecosystem. And it would be great to get your feedback. And so I invite you to go there. We are here, like I said, for the contest for Click, and we're going to announce the prizes. We have great first results with the application. We did a public beta launch during the festival of South by Southwest in Austin. That was 2 to 3 weeks ago from Austin. And since that time, actually, we are starting to see organic installs for the photo app grow. We have passed the first 5,000 users. It's very encouraging. It's far from the results of the Nodle app. So just to remind you, the Nodle app now, the wallet has more than 150,000 daily active users. We have network coverage in many countries, especially in Europe, in France, with.
¿No se me escucha a mí cuando hablo? ¿No se me escucha?
No, yo lo que te escucho, le escucho más a ellos que a vos cuando lo estás traduciendo.
Pero cuando bajo, o sea, les bajo el volumen y hablo, ¿no se me escucha a mí?
Sí, se te escucha, pero cuando más o menos recién estabas traduciendo se escuchaba medio más ello que vos.
Vale, pues intentaré bajarlo más.
And we really count on all of you. That's going to be for the Click app to participate, vote, so we can be #1 when we are on Product Hunt. It's very important for the brand. It's very important for the whole ecosystem, and it's nice to win. We like to win too. So let's do it, and we will notify you when you can go and add a comment and vote for the Click app on Product Hunt. You will be notified. On the results, we start to see this network really work.
Van a hacer un concurso. Ha anunciado el concurso. Van a hacer un concurso de Click donde va a haber premios y se va a participar en bueno, pues hacer fotos y tal sobre Click, que es lo que ha anunciado ahora.
People in Italy taking videos of a protest supporting Ukraine happening in Milan. We got people taking photos in Kiev, in Ukraine, during a Memorial Day, or showing basically the main square there in Ukraine. We've got some people in Spain taking amazing videos of a live event happening in the city of Barcelona, and as well as an incident like a big fire erupting in a building. So this citizen journalism tool, I would say, and movement is really working. We are super thrilled and excited. We start to talk to all the major media agencies, and your contribution at some point may help the main media in the world to know what is true and what's happening. So that's super important. And the great thing.
Están contentos de que las noticias que se están publicando últimamente los usuarios de Click que los medios de comunicación y así están bastante interesados y que es un buen paso, digamos, para empezar.
From the ecosystem and what's happening on the ecosystem. So that's what I wanted to share with you all. If we are here, it's all...
Y ha explicado un poco pues todo lo que ha subido la gente últimamente en Click. Bueno, ha explicado un poco lo que... Si los que tenéis Click y entráis en galería, que podéis verlo, ha explicado un poco de todo eso.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. Okay. A window.
A ver qué nos trae Micha.
Yeah, a few words while Misha tries to do a few things technically. You are indeed unbelievable. We were so surprised and so happy when we are seeing your memes about the project. It's so funny. It's amazing. It is really the power of the community. So please keep doing this. We love that. It is really, you have no idea when we work so hard in the Nodle team, when we see that from you, it makes us realize why we are working so hard.
Florent, este hombre que está hablando, tiene una mente, está todo el día pensando. Siempre que hacemos reuniones y tal, siempre está pensando en cosas. Este hombre es espectacular, la cabeza que tiene, ¿eh? O sea, es exagerado.
I would second Misha saying you are unbelievable.
I'm going to third that. Awesome community.
Yeah, I'm just going to follow that opinion. I love you guys.
Cool. All right, let's dive into it. So you have your hosts here. I think everyone knows Misha, Florent, our Chief Product Officer, myself, Jeff, I'm the Chief Marketing Officer, and we have Stefan, our community lead. You probably know Stefan the best. He's been amazing in terms of engaging with all of you and being our point person for us to understand what's happening in the community, things we need to kind of react to, deal with, features, products, ideas coming from you. So keep those coming, your feedback.
Está explicando que Micha está muy activo con la comunidad, que entre Stefan y Micha lo llevan todo bastante bien, que están recibiendo todos los feedbacks, todos los feedbacks de la comunidad y que están encantados de eso.
You may have seen some of this, but it's important that we share everything in terms of what we're building, why we're doing it, some recent success, and then kind of, you know, what's starting to happen with Click in the news. And then, of course, Misha mentioned a contest. We'll get into that at the end of this presentation.
Yeah, and if you want to be part of the contest, and if you haven't already, we invite all of you to install the Click app. It's available now on iOS, on Android. The best way is you look for Nodle apps.
Os invitan a todos a descargar Click App, porque el concurso este va a empezar entre hoy y mañana, no recuerdo cuándo. Y es un concurso que va a ser bastante jugoso, digamos, por subir fotos y por utilizar Click. Va a haber premios y va a estar muy bien, va a estar muy entretenido.
I think most of you know this, but misinformation and disinformation is the most extreme global risk over the next 2 years. This is coming directly out from the World Economic Forum in Davos, which happened earlier this year. This is not new to us here at Nodle, and that's why we built Click. But it's you know, it's encouraging to see that this is getting this level of recognition and that.
Están explicando que la desinformación y la información falsa es un problema global para los próximos 2 años. Es un problema bastante grave con el tema de la IA y todo esto.
Knowing what's real is more important than ever, right? As Gen AI has grown in popularity and usage across the world, we're seeing more and more photos, more and more images generated, and more and more photos altered with Gen AI.
Hoy lo he visto en las noticias y no estaba tan fachero, papá.
In the past 12 months, over almost 150 years worth of photography has been generated with AI. Of course, not all of that is deep fakes and fake content, but that just puts it in perspective in terms of how much content is being generated with AI and how important it's going to be for consumers and creators to have a tool like Click to help.
Ha creado más fotografías la inteligencia artificial en 1 año y medio que en 150 años de historia. Me imagina, ¿eh?
No, increíble.
Increíble. Using the Click app to authenticate content So Click is a camera app, for those not familiar with it. You're capturing photo and video. Once you capture, you're swiping to sign that content. Once you sign that content, a digital proof of authenticity is created on chain. A public web page is also created, and metadata associated with that image or video are published.
Está explicando que la aplicación de Click Cámara es una aplicación de cámara sencilla, que tú haces una foto y en el momento en el que la firmas es como que la subes a, digamos, a la red con el contenido C2PA, de autenticidad y tal, y queda grabado en la blockchain. O sea, esa foto queda para la posterioridad, con toda su información que hay detrás, digamos, con todo el momento donde se ha capturado, la fecha, la hora, con qué cámara, con qué dispositivo, queda todo grabado.
Nosotros tenemos un video de esto en el canal.
I just see people in the community commenting, people from Texas, people from Brazil. So thank you everyone for joining from all over the world this live on the Click app and the contest. So you will be able to win actually prizes during this contest.
Cool. So this is a quick product walkthrough, just to give you an idea of how the product works if you haven't installed the app yet. So once you install it, it defaults to camera, right? So
nos va a explicar un poco una guía rápida de cómo funciona la aplicación si aún no la habéis utilizado. Entonces vamos a ver qué dice.
As you can see here, and then you have your own gallery of content that you've captured with your device, and you see that build out over time. Once you capture an image or a video, you swipe to sign that. We just launched a channels feature, so you'll see a personal channel, you'll see a local or regional channel, and now you'll also see a Click contest channel.
Hay como una galería, digamos, individual para la aplicación de Click, donde se guardan todas las imágenes y vídeos. Y allí donde veis que pone personal, que es en el centro de la foto, es como que hay tres canales distintos. Está el canal personal, que sería para ti, se guardaría el contenido para ti. Luego estaría el canal público, que se guardaría para todo el mundo. Y ahora van a crear el canal del concurso, que ahí es donde deberéis subir las fotos que queráis, las fotos que queráis, digamos, aportar para el concurso, para participar.
So important thing. So after you take the photo, before you sign it, you can choose the channel where you want to push that photo, and you can select.
Sí, sobre todo, antes de subir la foto, seleccionar el canal donde la queréis subir, porque una vez la habéis subido ya no se puede modificar.
Explain the rules pretty soon.
Yeah.
And this is the gallery view. So once you capture content, you can see it in your gallery. You can also see content marked that's been signed. You'll see a little icon on it in the upper right. And this will continue to build out as you capture more and more content.
Así es como se ve la galería más o menos. También podéis sacar varias fotos. Si es algún momento que necesitáis hacer muchas fotos rápido y tal, podéis sacar varias y firmarlas después. Pero sobre todo tenéis que seleccionar el canal antes de subir la foto, ¿vale? Porque si no se os subirá donde no... O sea, si la subís en un canal erróneo no la podréis modificar.
To build out the product. And this is where your feedback is needed and welcome. This actually isn't the latest UI of the product. We recently updated it, but you can, when you go to share, you will see a menu of places to share to, and then you'll see all the local apps on your phone that enable sharing.
Lo podéis compartir en diferentes plataformas y todo eso.
Take a click, assign it to the channel of the contest.
Correct.
And I think I also need to share on Twitter the link to that photo and tag Click Your Truth, which is the hashtag. I mean the name, actually the Twitter name of the Click
Yes.
for the Click app. Correct? Can
Yes.
you clarify that for everyone?
Yep. So you will capture content, as Misha said. You will sign that content to the Click contest channel in the app. In the dropdown, you'll see the dropdown there. Once you sign to that channel, you're then going to share out to X, or formerly known as Twitter.
Vale.
And you will also hashtag Click Your Truth. That's how we'll...
Vale, dice que para participar es importante que, aparte de subirla en el canal de contest, o sea, del concurso, compartirla en Twitter, en X, y etiquetar a click your, o sea, hacer hashtag click your truth. Bueno, ya lo pondremos en el Telegram cuando tengamos toda la info y así podréis participar en
Click
el
your
concurso.
truth on X, Twitter.
Correct. Yes. So just to kind of describe a little bit more about how we're approaching this product and kind of who we're talking to. So we think there are many use cases for this, right? So there's the journalism case, reporters, activists, social activists. There's the celebrity cases, influencers, fan bases, paparazzi. We believe there are big cases within the sports realm in terms of fans, influencers, people posting content to forums and blogs.
Estos son todos los casos de uso, ¿no?, que tendría Click. O sea, tiene muchísimos casos de uso. Al final, pensar que la tecnología de C2PA, o sea, de verificación, de autenticidad, es muy heavy. O sea, se puede utilizar para muchas cosas.
Teachers, instructors, etc., that want to use, verified, authenticated content in their programs or in the content that they're programming. And there are many more, but I just wanted to share a little bit about how we're approaching this and the various folks that we're talking to when we're, starting to market this and promote this app. As Misha mentioned earlier, people are starting to capture and authenticate content around the world. This is just a sample of some of the recent things that we've seen. So exciting to see this happening very organically, and we will continue to promote the various use cases I just talked about to grow the product in the app. To continue on, so it's perfect timing for a product like this. As I said earlier, the rise of generative AI, the trustability and the decentralization with blockchain, and then content provenance protocols kind of emerging now. All of this is coming together. Click is sitting right at the middle of this. So it's a very exciting time for us, and I think for all of you.
Está explicando que es muy buen momento para el lanzamiento de Click porque estamos en una temporada que, bueno, pues que todo esto está en auge, ¿no? La IA, la blockchain, los protocolos de prevalencia.
I'm not sure if you want to, or if Florent wants to talk a little bit more about how it works technically, but this
protocolos de prevalencia de
deeper dive into the tech side.
Yeah, I think Florent
que, bueno, explican que es un muy buen momento para entrar aquí a combatir todo esto.
A content authentic, you need to actually have proofs. You need to prove that this content is authentic.
A ver qué dice Floren, a ver qué dice Floren.
4 parts to it. You have the first part, which is basically the proof of provenance. It is, this content comes from a particular public key, and you can actually cryptographically prove that it was signed by this public key. So you have a proof that somebody is behind the posting. But just prove that it's somebody who has actually posted something, doesn't prove anything else. It just proves that this public key was at the origin of this posting on chain. So that's proof of provenance. You need also the proof of device, what we call proof of device. It is a genuine device. How do you prove that it's a genuine device? For this, we have a certificate for ClickApp, and we use C2PA as a protocol of provenance standard.
Primero dice que tiene que haber como una prueba humana de que alguien ha hecho esa foto, que eso digamos que con la aplicación, ya sea con huella dactilar, con la firma o con un identificador, eso lo
bank level
digamos que lo completa.
We are using
y luego tiene que
a
haber
very
una prueba
similar system that we have learned from doing the Nodle app. You may not know, but
o sea,
the
de
Nodle
alguna
app,
firma, digamos, y es lo que digamos que que ha pactado con lo que ha pactado NODL con el C2PA, que es aquello que explicamos de Adobe y todo el tema del tema de la autenticidad.
So crypto is a very adversarial space. You need to make sure that things are correctly done. So we are working with a partner called GuardSquare to secure the 2 applications. So we are securing the Nodle app with this technology, but we're also securing the ClickApp. And ClickApp has this as well as another aspect, which is basically using a certificate. So that's the proof of device. Then you need the proof of time, and for proof of time, we basically use the blockchain. So we use various mechanisms on the blockchain You may not know, but before blockchain were called blockchain.
Claro, la prueba del tiempo es la blockchain, porque claro, los costs de las transacciones de la blockchain son cada 10 segundos, entonces es una prueba de tiempo bastante
The
fiable.
next hash, if you are able to show the hash of a particular block, it means that you were there at this particular time. So,
O sea, para verificar que esa foto ha sido tomada en ese momento exacto, entra la blockchain en acción, digamos. Y como hay un margen de error de 10 segundos, que es lo que tarda un bloque en producirse, pues es bastante fiable.
as you know, the Nodle Network is covering more than 200, about 200 countries, if I recall.
226.
226. So it's a massive coverage that we have. The density is still not high enough to be able to provide fully this proof of location. So that's why you as a community have a role to play by continuing growing this community and growing the number of nodes of the Nodle network. But of course, as a Click, you will also be part of this network. So you will become a node as well. So proof of location will be provided uniquely by the Nodle network. You might say GPS is a location. Yes, of course, it's a way to have location. We believe the proof through GPS is not good enough. Of course, this is what we currently use most of the time. However, they are GPS spoofers. They are a way to actually fake location. So it will be much, much, much harder to fake location once the Nodle network will be used for it. So to basically summarize, there's a proof of provenance, there's a proof of device.
Está explicando que en el tema de la prueba de localización, o sea, digamos, de la prueba de autenticidad de localización, la red hace, con el GPS, hace de prueba de localización. Y que no es suficientemente densa aún para ser 100% fiable, pero que con las últimas actualizaciones han conseguido, digamos, hacerla bastante más segura, debido a que había muchos infractores, digamos, que hacían fake GPS, o sea, falsificaban la localización y tal, y con la última actualización todo eso lo han capado.
In Austin, Texas, for those that don't know, South by Southwest is a big tech conference, but it's also kind of the convergence of tech, media, music.
Luego un dato que no han dado, que no sé si lo querrán dar o no, yo lo digo, y si no se enteran, pues no se enteran, y ahí lo tenéis el dato. Es que cuando tú hagas una foto, si esto es más adelante, aún no han anunciado nada, pero en teoría tú harás una foto con Click y cualquier nodo, cualquier NODL app, cualquier hotspot que haya cerca que te detecte que estás haciendo una foto con Click, le dará aún más autenticidad a esa foto. O sea, saldrá como un numerito como diciendo hay 2 nodos más que han autentificado que esta foto se ha hecho en tal sitio. O sea, es como más prueba de veracidad aún. Pero eso, como la red no es tan extensa aún, que es lo que ha dicho Floren, aún no lo van a lanzar. Pero,
What we're looking at here is a new slideshow feature that we
Excelente,
also
eso
launched.
es
And again,
excelente.
this relates back to the channel functionality, where you can view a channel and see the content that has been submitted or created or captured and signed around that channel. And so we did this for South by Southwest as kind of a first move in this direction, and it was a success. There was a lot of great content on the South by Southwest Click channel. And then a brief timeline, and also Click in the press. So I wanted to share a little bit more about where we started and kind of where we're headed in terms of growth, and also some of the recent coverage we've gotten. So for those not familiar, we launched Click on iOS back in December, and also launched the public website to support all the content. In January, late January, we started rolling out Android.
Esto es un poco la línea de temporalidad, ¿no? De cómo ha avanzado Click y lo que pretenden hacer. Y bueno, es como estamos. Acabamos de hacer, se lanzó en iOS, luego en Android. Justo ahora, este mes pasado, anunciaron el rollup en Ethereum, que es lo que están trabajando mucho ahora, y ahora están haciendo una public beta en SXW, que es lo que voy a explicar
which
ahora.
got us some nice adoption. So we're about 10,000 users now already on Click and growing. So that's exciting.
Y aquí abajo salen todos los partners donde, digamos, ha sido publicada, promocionada, etcétera, etcétera.
As of this weekend, we'll cross that number. So that's exciting.
Amazing.
Product Hunt, as Misha mentioned, is coming in May. We will share a date for that soon. We obviously want everyone participating and all of your help with that. And then we look to keep growing, right? And, you know, we have...
El concurso empieza ahora en marzo.
I'd like us to get to over 100,000 users by June, and then next year cross the 1 million mark. And we think we can do that given the early adoption and traction we're already seeing, and just the excitement we're getting from various industry people and potential partners.
Prevén cruzar por encima del 1 millón de usuarios en 2025. O sea que tienen faena, pero yo creo que es muy fácil que lo consigan.
On Android, on the App Store, on the Play Store. We invite you to install the Click app and to participate into the contest. We're going to give the details of the contest soon.
Yes, that's coming up. But before we jump into that,
Dentro de poco nos darán los detalles, ¿vale? Del concurso, para que podamos participar. Podéis participar tantas veces como queráis, subir tantas fotos como queráis. Contra más fotos subáis, más posibilidades tenéis de ganar. Al final, ellos decidirán 3 fotos, el equipo decidirá 3 fotos, que son las ganadoras, y en base a eso, pues, si subís 10.000 fotos, seguramente tendréis más posibilidades de ganar que subiendo 5.
Just got a nice mention on CNBC coming out of South by Southwest. We got a nice story in Tech Radar when we launched on Android, and both Cointelegraph and Digital Camera World have also covered us and mentioned us. So we're kind of getting a wide range of coverage now, and that's exciting too, because that means that, you know, press and media are paying attention and they're excited to tell our story. So the contest. I will go through this again because it's important. Everyone has the details for this, but we are essentially launching Click with us today. And how it works is you install Click, you capture newsworthy photos, things that you believe are...
¿Estáis viendo eso? $1.000 en Nodle. $1.000 equivalentes en Nodle al primero.
Kind of local area. Sign them to the Click contest channel in the app. Post them on X with hashtag #ClickYourTruth. Of course, follow @ClickYourTruth as well, so we can DM you if you win. And you can enter as often as you want. This is running from...
Está explicando esto, ¿vale? Instaláis la aplicación, cuando capturéis el contenido, sobre todo firmarlo en el canal del concurso, del Click Contest, y que lo compartáis en X, en Twitter. Y con el hashtag este que veis aquí de #ClickYourTruth, y seguir a #ClickYourTruth en Twitter también.
Excited about this. We think this is, you know, this is.
Y como veis aquí, durará desde el 28 de marzo, que es hoy, ¿no? Estamos a 28, sí, desde el 28 de marzo hasta el 10 de abril.
On Click to the contest channel. You also need to tweet or send a post on X with the link. I mean the link to that media. So you have that that we get through the Click app, and also you need to add the hashtag #ClickYourTruth. I think it's done automatically.
$1.000, $500 al segundo y 250 al tercero. Imaginad que pilláis un par de premios porque sacáis 2 buenas fotos. Joder. Qué lástima que tener un móvil tan malo para hacer
your wallet address and be able to basically send you the $1,000 of Nodle if you are first, or the $500 of Nodle if you are second, or the $250 of Nodle if you are third.
And it's also important to mention that we're going to use the Click app to also verify that you're actually really the owner of the photo. So don't uninstall it, keep it running, and there are no bad surprises.
I mean, when we say newsworthy, maybe we can be a bit more explanatory there. So it's something that happens in your community, in your town, in the place where you live, that basically you think it is important, that can affect a lot of people in your community, in your vicinity, in your region. Or it can also be you having a more artistic eye on something which is beautiful where you live.
Yes.
So it's any of these two, so it's a wide range of photos or videos that you can push to the contest channel. We will consider actually only photos.
Just photos for
So
this.
we will consider only photos.
Solo fotos, ¿eh? No, los vídeos no contarán para el concurso.
Fantastic.
De cualquier cosa, podéis subir fotos de cualquier cosa, de noticias, de cosas importantes que estén pasando, artísticas, de paisajes, de cualquier cosa.
We need your help with. So please install Click, take Click, start to experience the app. Give us your feedback. Super important. Like, give us feedback, the good and the bad. Because
cualquier cosa que creáis que se puede cambiar de Click, o sea, que se puede arreglar, que se puede mejorar, dad reporte. O sea, no os calléis las cosas que creáis que se puedan mejorar, dad reporte y ellos lo tomarán en consideración de modificar.
Refresh on what the rules are. They're there on the blog.
Excellent. Maybe just a word, if you were not here from the beginning. So when you create a click and you shoot a click on the Click app and you sign it, and basically it gets shared on the internet. So the file goes onto IPFS, so on the decentralized internet. The record goes on the Nodle chain.
Las fotos se suben a IPFS, que es, digamos, una nube de almacenamiento descentralizada, como podría ser, yo que sé, si conocéis un poco del mundo cripto, Filecoin. No me vienen ahora a la mente qué más proyectos hay de almacenamiento descentralizado. Pero bueno, para que os hagáis una idea, digamos, se almacenan en estos diferentes proyectos.
Very, very, very important. In a second or third phase with the Click app, people who generate content will also be able to make revenues out of that content. So creators pushing amazing photos or videos at some point, they may be picked by some of the large language models for AI, which today have been basically taking content without paying any of the people who made that content. With Click, actually, they will be able at some point to train on data from the community and pay the community for that. So I think it's very, very important. We want to bring back authenticity to the internet, and you participate by...
Quieren devolver la autenticidad a internet, digamos, que se está todo yendo un poco de madres con el tema de la IA y todo, y que vosotros participéis. Que la red de Nodle cubre con los gastos de comisión de lo que es subir las fotos y tal, que como bien sabéis es mínima la comisión, y que en un futuro posiblemente no muy lejano podrás ser recompensado por tus fotos. O sea, podrás ser podrías como dar donaciones o comprar una foto para obtener los derechos de autor, no sé, muchas opciones.
And you have basically a wallet that you don't have to fund, but basically everything that you do is when you sign, it's actually an NFT. So this idea came when we started, of course, the NFT feature focused on photo on the Nodle app. And so, of course, we had this idea of authenticity for a while, but what we also learned from the Nodle app users is that the Nodle app users wanted to not only own, but potentially send their content to a marketplace of NFT, such as, for instance, OpenSea or Rarible, but also be able to get some other revenue. And this is what Misha is talking about here, is that the way you would, by creating content, if the content is valuable, you could have demand for your content. If you own it, you have rights on it, which means that if people want to use it, they would have to ask something out of you. They would have to ask the content, and you would be rewarded with token in return. Of course, because it's crypto, everything could be done on-chain, so you would not have to interact and send email back and forth and so on. Basically, you would receive a notification that somebody or an entity wants to use your content and are requesting for a kind of a license. And very simply with your app, you will be able to give a price in Nodle, and then you would basically sign.
Está explicando justamente esto, de que tú, al ser tú el creador de contenido, puede venir otra persona y decirte, oye, yo quiero utilizar tu contenido, tu foto, tu vídeo, lo que sea. Necesito licencia para publicarlo en tal sitio y ofrecerle, o sea, ofrecerle a la persona, al creador, digamos, en Nodle, porque todo esto se hace on-chain, en la red de Nodle, ofrecerle, pues, un dinero y si la persona acepta, pues te da los derechos o sea, te da como una licencia, un derecho para que tú puedas utilizar ese
The
contenido.
blockchain kind of technology and the moves that we are doing. I don't know, Misha, you want to discuss about this later in the presentation?
As we go on to this next slide where we show that so the Nodle Network reached already 226 countries, actually, a million, there are more than a million token holders. I think we are
225 países y más de 1 millón de holders, de billeteras de Nodle.
People who have been purchasing the Nodle token on exchanges. I remind you that we are on 7 exchanges today live. We have more than 115,000 daily active on the Nodle Wallet app. It's pretty amazing. And I can give some comparison here. When you look at the Coinbase app, it's actually less than 500,000 daily active. So it's probably 25 to 30% of what Coinbase is doing with their app. But just for the Nodle token with one app, which is the Nodle Wallet app. It's also 15 to 20% of what the MetaMask app is doing on mobile. So it's very, very, very important that everyone understand that it's a huge result, and that's...
Está siendo más usada que la misma app de Coinbase y que la misma app de MetaMask, o sea que es muy importante este dato, que no parece que no sea nada, pero que se esté utilizando más la app de Nodle que estas es muy interesante, muy importante. Que no se le da bola, pero
location when click photos and videos are shot. It's more than 500,000 monthly active nodes today. I think we're approaching the 600,000 monthly active nodes bar. And we are giving to the community more than $300,000 every month in Nodle, and that keeps on growing. So thank you for participating.
Reparten más de $300,000 en Nodle cada mes. O sea, no es
all the time to bring more and more opportunities to create revenues on top of the network. And we will keep on doing it. And I'll let Florent continue on this. I think, Florent, you wanted to mention something important for the Click community.
Yeah, I mean, it's not actually, it's more for the Nodle app community to understand what we're actually doing as well. So obviously, when we launched the NFT feature on the Nodle app, we learned that people wanted to be able to expose their art. So it was more artistic, I would say. It's not just about information. In the case of the Nodle app, it was actually more about funny pictures or doing something artistic with their NFT. They wanted to be able to potentially present or resell their content through platforms like OpenSea or Rarible. So the most vibrant NFT ecosystem is definitely on Ethereum. Which basically made us think that maybe the best place for Click would be Ethereum instead of our parachain. So we investigate multiple options to launch Click on Ethereum. Obviously, due to cost reasons, it is not possible to launch something like Click on Ethereum due to cost. Okay, you cannot like mint an NFT on Ethereum where you want to provide a service that looks like a Web2 service where you download and then you can shoot. So, of course, we had to look at other solutions, which meant L2, layer 2 on top of Ethereum. You can think already like a Polkadot parachain is some kind of an L2 on Polkadot.
Está hablando de que estaban investigando de expandirse a Ethereum, pero Ethereum no era viable con la aplicación de Click y por el simple hecho de que crear un NFT pues sería muy costoso, no sería viable y que estaban buscando una capa 2 de Ethereum para implementarse.
It's not the only one, but it's one of the ZK rollup. You also have optimistic rollup. And they support account abstractions, which is extremely powerful, very important for us.
Y que la solución era pues eso, meterse en una L2 de Ethereum, que es una ZK rollup, una rollup, y están trabajando en eso, en crear una ZK Noodle, una rollup de Ethereum de Noodle para expandirse a Ethereum.
Very familiar as the Nodle app community about your seed phrase, but it's not for everyone. If you want to onboard the next billion users on crypto, of course, you have to think about something which is a bit more easy to use. So you can move away from seed phrases, you can schedule automate payment, but more importantly, you can also pay gas fee in any token, not just Ethereum. And you can also pay the gas on the user's behalf. This is basically what we were doing with the sponsorship palette on our parachain. So when we did when we first launched Click on our parachain, we had to implement a lot of things on top of our parachain to make sure that the experience was smoothless. When we looked at ZK Sync, it was like basically already there. You have account abstraction, you can use it. You have extreme speed as well. The blocks on ZK Sync are much faster than on the current Nodle parachain. So if you are using the testnet on Android of Click, you can...
Estaban, cuando implementaron, digamos, Click en Noodle, dentro de Noodle, tuvieron que trabajar mucho en el tema de la velocidad, del coste de transacciones y tal. Y que cuando buscaron en ZK, en una rollup de ZK, lo tenían todo ya, o sea, no tenían ni que trabajar en ello. O sea, estaba todo ya implementado. Era todo tan sencillo de hacer que decidieron empezar a crear ahí porque lo tenía todo. O sea, tenía la velocidad incluso más rápido que en Noodle y las comisiones más o menos igual.
From the community, I just want to add to what Florent explained. We are also very thrilled to open the ecosystem to the Ethereum world and the Ethereum ecosystem in general. We've been a bit limited up until now when we want the token to be listed on more exchanges. It's always there's always some friction, and by having basically the Nodle token becoming ERC20 compatible, it's going to open up so many more opportunities for listing, remove friction. We would be able, for example, to have the Nodle token be on Uniswap. So it's going to grow the liquidity. So it's a...
Básicamente que Noodle se va a beneficiar mucho de esto porque al estar en ZK pues va a entrar más liquidez, posiblemente haya más intercambios que lo soporten, nuevos listamientos de intercambios. No están afirmando nada, pero que todo esto es claro, al final expandirte te da muchas más posibilidades a todo esto.
It doesn't mean that the Nodle chain has to move as well or the Nodle app has to move as well. So it is not mandatory for the Nodle chain to move to ZK Sync, but as Misha said, there are several benefits which are associated with it. So this is something...
Que no va a ser una migración, simplemente que se van a expandir, moverán digamos, una parte de los tokens, cuando esté todo bien implementado, moverán una parte de los tokens a la red a la ZK Rollup de Noodle en Ethereum y será compatible en las dos blockchains.
For weeks, maybe faster if we are able, but basically you will have all the details about this move. So one thing is guaranteed is that Click is ZK Sync, yes, the Nodle app and the reward and so on. We will have basically issue a full explanation about what this means. We believe this has amazing benefits, but you will be able to read it for yourself.
So on this slide, you can see on the map, we have a very dense coverage now in Europe, and especially in France, where we have an insurance company who built a whole SaaS service for their customers who are subscribers of the insurance on top of the Nodle Network. So when you purchase their insurance product, they send you a beacon that you put into your car. It's already deployed on the 250,000 vehicles. They are growing that to 3 million vehicles, and they found their first stolen cars actually last summer. You can see also on the map here, Uganda, who's being all covered, and we are very thrilled by this, which is a future announcement we're going to make on the network. We've being able to deploy a whole wireless network thanks to Nodle in a country like Uganda in Africa. So Nodle is...
Está diciendo que en Francia están con una compañía de seguros de coches, de alquiler de coches, que cuando alguien alquila un coche le dan como un SDK, como si fuera un móvil, un nodo, donde, bueno, se puede traquear todo y tal. Y que en Uganda van a hacer una campaña de Nodle con un van a probar de testear de hacer una red inalámbrica de internet inalámbrico con Nodle, o sea, como si dieras cobertura, te pudieras conectar a cualquier persona que tiene Nodle.
So we have Danny Jacobs. His suggestion that we should also implement the Nodle app in smart TVs and laptops. So do you have any thoughts on that?
So yes, of course.
You can run on the Mac today. I think you can run the Nodle app.
No, let's be clear about the reality of this stuff. So yeah, technically you can run on Mac, but the earning is a different story. So the reason why it's not working on, for instance, any device is it's not that we don't want to, is that because we can't protect the network. So on phones, you have a much higher level of security than on a computer. I love computers because they are open and you can do whatever you want with it. But with that, it means that a fancy developer can find a way to fake everything and make the network believe that...
Que no se puede minar en la mayoría de dispositivos portátiles, tipo Macs y así, porque no ofrecen la seguridad que ofrecen un móvil. O sea, no dan la misma seguridad. En un ordenador se puede falsificar muchos datos, muchas cosas, los códigos son muy abiertos y que no garantiza la seguridad que garantiza un móvil.
Which are in the physical world, and those devices are a source of, they are the source of interaction. They are playing because you can have fancy and smart people trying to abuse and get tokens for not doing the work. So the reason why we are not doing it large...
Bueno, ya están pasando al apartado de preguntas y respuestas, ¿eh? O sea, esto ya está, ya han acabado la presentación y están en el apartado de preguntas y respuestas. Lo digo porque quedan 5 minutos de grabación, porque solo el Google Meet solo me permite 1 hora y quedan 5 minutos y se cerrará automáticamente. Entonces, bueno, si queréis seguir viéndolo en inglés, tenéis el enlace en el chat de Telegram. Pero vamos, que están en el apartado de preguntas y respuestas y estarán un rato.
You have to deal with those problems.
Thank you. So I guess this also applies to Raspberry Pis and
yeah,
such.
Raspberry Pi is a fantastic. I love it. I have a few in my home, and yeah, they are Linux-based. You can do whatever you want, but they are definitely not secure. They are for hackers. They are for developers. They are for people who love to do stuff. But for the network, they are not the best, let's say, citizen on the network.
Any other questions, Stefan?
Yes. So here are some suggestions, I guess, for the click camera. So editing options, cropping options, and stuff like this. I mean, we're still in a beta phase, so I guess there will be more options coming, but maybe Florent or Misha, you have to share something.
Yeah, I can take it. So, this is a public beta. The first thing we wanted to deliver in terms of experience to all the Click users is an app that's very easy to use, very sleek, and that would complete the first mission of this app, which is basically to push authentic content to the internet and prove that a photo or a video you captured is real. It is fulfilling that goal. As we advance and we update the app, yes, we are going to bring some additional features that you have on any other camera app, meaning cropping, contrast, eventually even some filters at some point. And these modifications, when they are made to a photo or video, will be added into assertion to the C2PA metadata that goes along with the photo or the video. So someone who watched that photo or that video will be able to see what has been modified from the original. So yes, we are considering all this.
Están considerando y están testeando con el tema de Click que las fotos se puedan modificar, se les pueda poner filtros, se pueda hacer cositas con las fotos, ¿vale? Entonces están, digamos, trabajando para que esto sea posible, porque cuando alguien haga esto tiene que salir reflejado, digamos, en la información de la fotografía, ¿no? O sea, si alguien ha puesto un filtro, si la ha retocado, si ha... Cualquier cosa que se le ha hecho, todo eso tiene que pasar por el certificado C2PA y tiene que quedar... o sea, puede ser auténtico, la foto puede ser auténtica, pero en el momento en el que se modifica, tiene que quedar constancia de que se ha modificado para que, bueno, pues por cualquier cosa.
I've been in making apps for 20 years, and it takes a lot of time to make a great app. Usually you underestimate what you can achieve in 2 years, but you overestimate what you can do in 3 months. So.
Okay, any other questions?
Well, some oldies but goldies from Discord, but will there be options for the verify feature? Maybe we can also highlight this a little bit more. I mean, we are going to introduce a whole tool set on Click, so maybe we can also delve into this one.
We already have the verify feature on the web. It's a bit hidden. If you go to the clickapp.com, you will see that there's a verify let's say tab on top, which is not that visible. We will make it more visible and more prominent in the future. We are also going to add an explore tab where you will be able to see the official, let's say, public channels. So for instance, the competition...
Bueno, esto se va a cerrar ya en un minuto. Me queda nada para que se cierre. Entonces os voy a dejar en el Telegram el enlace del directo para que podáis seguir mirándolo vosotros mismos, y en cuanto se cierre, pues nada, o sea, seguir viendo las preguntas y respuestas en inglés. Os abandono, me sabe mal, pero es que no me da para más el programa. O sea, no tengo la opción de... Preguntaré a Stefan, que es este hombre de aquí, el embajador, que si nos da acceso, digamos, al Google Premium, para que en las posibles emisiones tener más tiempo, seguramente esto sea una opción de pago, pero como ellos pues tiran de billetera, que no lo gestionen ellos.
Ahí se está por terminar, amigo.
Sí, por eso te digo, nada, un saludo a todos, gracias a los que habéis estado, y espero que haya sido de utilidad la pequeña traducción que hemos podido hacer de Click.
Chao.